The Holy Name Green Wave have already booked their place in Saturday's regional championship. The only question we have left, who will be taking them on this Saturday afternoon here in Alliance? It could be North Coast Conference foes Beaumont, or it could be the favorite to make it all the way back to the state championship game, that being the Marlington Dukes. It's the Dukes and the Blue Streaks in a winner-go-home game up next on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field, say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one, it's back to back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. He's the point, and it's alive, Hanson pushes it over, unbelievable. We play on, it's blocked, we're tied, unbelievable.
Coming to you live from Harry Fails Gymnasium in Alliance, Ohio, you are watching OHSAA Volleyball on SmeeSports, presented by Channel 1022 Alliance. A very good game on hand tonight as the 23-2 Marlington Dukes take on the 8-17 Beaumont Blue Streaks. For my broadcast partner, Bryce Fisher, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening, live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. And then there were three in this region. Holy Name, a 3-1 victory over the Perry Pirates moments ago. They will play the winner of this game. On one end, Marlington. They have been on a tear as of late, winners of their last 22 games. On the other hand, it's Beaumont. 8 wins on the year, but 3 in a row. And a lot of that is the byproduct of playing in such a tough conference, that being the North Coast Conference, where almost every single team has a chance of making it to regionals every single year.
Yeah, obviously it's a super tough conference, but I've always had the belief that the tough conferences only make the teams better. Iron sharpens iron, obviously. So for Beaumont tonight, they got to come in being competitive as heck, knowing that Marlington is the team they are, but you can't think that when you're on the court.
And looking at conferences, the EBC, it has been easy peasy for Marlington over the past decade. They have won it the last 9 years. No real competition for them inside of the conference. That's why they went on the road to play some very tough teams. But I don't think they've truly been tested yet this season. This Beaumont team, they're a sleeper, but they could potentially take a set or two off of Marlington. Minerva, they took a set off of them. West Branch, they took a set off of them. Teams are able to take a set or two off of these Marlington Dukes. It just depends on what kind of day do you catch them. Do you catch them on their bad day, or do you catch them on a bad set?
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to, did you catch them on a bad set? I don't think these Marlington Dukes are going to have a truly bad day. They're going to be competitive. They're obviously going to come out firing on all cylinders. But can they scrape one set that allows them to take maybe a 3-1 loss? I think the biggest thing is chipping away slowly. Don't go for the big chunks. Slowly beat down this Marlington team, and maybe you can leave here with a win.
And you might be able to notice down below, Bryce, but on these hits that we are seeing during practice, a lot of this we are going to look at and, oh, look, it's a bunch of namers helping out the cause.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm glad they are. Obviously, it's a good thing that players help out players. I always appreciate that. But it's definitely interesting to see, as last game, the opposing team was the one helping out.
And real quick, before we go on for our introductions, key to victory, one for each team, go.
I think not Danica Sarchone, but I think the, sorry, I'm missing her name on the sheet. Yeah, Bogunovich. The senior is going to be the one that has to take over. I couldn't find her on the seat. Oh, there she is, number 10. And then I think senior leadership, the few seniors they have on this Beaumont squad, Kate Bruner has to take over and establish themselves in this game.
And with that, we will toss things downstairs for our pregame announcements, leading us to our first serve tonight.
Winners for last big contest between Beaumont High School and Marlington High School. Tonight's Division I regional tournament game is sponsored by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Your attendance and support of student athletes and coaches is appreciated by member schools competing for the right to move on. Though both teams are rivals, they are expected to exhibit the qualities of good sportsmanship throughout the contest, and the administration of both schools requests the same from all fans. The officials assigned to this tournament game have met extensive requirements set by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. The officials for this game are John Teskey and Lisa Hauser. The line judges are Dean Rogel and Robert Fenn. The athletes, coaches, and officials are guests from Alliance High School. All fans are asked to respect the effort each of them has put forth preparing for tonight's contest. We ask all attending to show courtesy and respect for fellow fans, officials, coaches, those administering the contest, and of course, your team and your opponent. And as important as ever, please respect the game. Now to meet the players for tonight. The visitors on the scoreboard for Marlington Lady Dukes. Head coach, Stephanie Mortell. Assistant coaches, Amy Coleman, Casey Krupko, and Sophie Peck. The non-starters, the Dukes. Annie Capone. Number 5, Reese Hagan. Number 6, Ivy Tate. Number 16, Mia Moss. Number 18, Rosalind McCarty. The starters, number 2, Amaya Sickle. Number 3, Marissa Casta. Number 9, Justine Ringo. Number 10, Gianna Bogdanovich. Number 11, Chloe Evidence. Number 13, Danica Charchot. And the captain, number 23, Callie Young. Now for the Beaumont High School, the home team on the scoreboard. Head coach, Mandy Byrne. Assistant coaches, Kathleen Egan, Linda Honey Dixon, Teresa Finch, and Marie Finch. The non-starters, number 2, Keith Bruder. Number 3, Chloe Callender. Number 5, Caroline Schmidt. Number 13, Caitlin Hanna. Number 15, Caroline Cliff. Number 16, Samara Gibb. Number 17, Kennedy Small. Number 25, Ella Holzmeyer. The starters for Beaumont. Number 4, Jillian Payne. Number 8, Cole Barker. Number 9, Allie Calabrese. Number 12, Mary Claire Holzmeyer. The captain, number 19, Callie Clifford. And the libero, number 20, Teresa Angford. And number 18, Callie Clifford. With the ladies.
Well, there you have it, our introductions. During the Beaumont intros, Marlington student section, they turned away and they faced the wall. There's animosity here for one reason and one reason only. The Beaumont Blue Streaks stand in the way of the Marlington Dukes cruising to another regional championship game appearance as you are watching OHSAA Volleyball on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. He is Bryce Fisher. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. What a game we have in store here. This should be a good one. And my question, Bryce, how much weight does that victory over Firelands carry for Beaumont tonight?
I think it carries a lot. It's always good to give momentum going into the playoffs. And when you play a tough schedule that Beaumont does, it's going to help a lot to get your body right and get everyone's motivation in the right spot as you try to get into the playoffs and take a few games.
As our song says, let's get ready to rumble. Game number 2, Holy Name awaits the winner on Saturday, and we are ready for this one. We've talked about our key players, Kate Brunner for Beaumont and Gianna Bogunovic for the Marlington Dukes. Both have to be on point tonight if their squads are to win this matchup. The Dukes, they have their student section. They have memes, and depending on how this one goes, they might have a shrine or two as well.
Yeah, they also have one of the kids I graduated high school with.
How?
I think Brock Woods in the front there is his cousin. I'm not exactly sure, but he saw me in the hallway as I was going to grab us snacks. That was a little awkward.
Chloe Evidence, the freshman, ready to go, and so are we. Here is the opening serve, and we are underway. Only 42 minutes late here at Alliance High School. Game number 1 running long. A 4-set thriller. Holy Name getting the win, 3-1 in the end. The Blue Streaks looking for the opening point, but they will not get it. A long shot, and the Marlington Dukes will take the opener. And now they say tip. They change it. So a late decision there, and it's Beaumont opening the scoring tonight. Did you see it there?
I thought I did. I thought I saw the spin change, but I'm not a professional, so I was not 100% sure.
Well, here comes the Dukes offense. It's Rosa McCarty, dug up to keep it alive, poked right back down, and it's Justine Doringo with the points.
This is a very high-paced game so far. Just as the first 2 serves, it has been very electric. We got a lot of energy going, a lot of fast pace.
Here comes Gianna Bogunovic setting that one off the net. Good dig to keep it alive for a second by Brunner, but no return. It is ace number 57 on the year for the senior. And Marlington, after a shaky start, gets the next 2 points. And all of a sudden, this one is probably going to go the way we think, but maybe not. That one right into the net, and we are tied up at 2. But Beaumont, a very hungry team, 8-17 on the year in the playoffs. 3-1 against Field, 3-1 against Coventry, and 3-1 against number 6. I believe that is Firelands, excuse me.
Yeah, I think they could definitely chip away and grab a set, maybe 2 if they get lucky against this Marlington Duke squad that everyone knows in the state has been so dominant the past decade.
And here comes Justine Doringo to send this one through. Sent forward by Brown, lined up in the middle by Payne, and she will slip it through. The pancake attempt there from Hagan, not in time, and we are tied at 3. But going back to Justine Doringo, just like Reagan Favreau, a star pitcher in softball.
Yeah, I obviously have not seen any Marlington Duke softball games, as Glen Oak never happened to play them when I was there. But you could see where she has the arm action and the arm speed from.
And speaking of the arm action and the arm speed, there is Danica Sunshone. She might as well copyright that phrase. She brings all of that intensity every single game.
Yeah, she's got a cannon of an arm, and she shoots that ball with intent.
It is the setter, Callie Young, sending this one over for the Dukes, up by 1. Lined up on the near side, and it's a powerful response by the Blue Streaks. It's Carly Brown. 243 kills entering play tonight on the year.
Well, back and forth so far.
I like it.
Haymaker after haymaker. They are not taking any punches off here.
And I will say, looking back to game number 1 today, through 5 serves we had a timeout. Through 8 today, we have a tie game, and we have a Beaumont lead.
There we go. Beaumont getting a little bit of rhythm here. They definitely have a fast-paced style of play where they like to get out in the front. I think they have a chance if they can keep this lead and extend it a little bit to squeeze a set.
Once again, 0-12 in North Coast Conference play this year, but all but CBCA and Padua in the regional tournament, if I'm not mistaken, this year. So you see the competition. That swing a little bit too rich on the attempt, and we are tied up at 5.
Yeah, Beaumont looking for a tip there. They're not going to get it as the point goes to Marlington. That ball was long.
We brought up the point in the last game. Would Holy Name stay given school tomorrow in the drive back? They have stayed there, watching off to our right. Good launch by the Blue Streaks, kept alive by Sickles. Young for Bogunovic, into the net. Beaumont back on top.
Yeah, she ran into the, do you call that step ladder for the
stand?
Yeah, the stand there. Knocked it over. You're going to hold the serve for a second so you can readjust.
Lining up in the back, it is Payne, the sophomore, and she will send this one away. Young plays it forward for Danica Sarchone, and she will get the kill. We are tied at 6, and a final from the MAC. Mount has handed Marietta their first loss this season in OHC play, 3-1.
That's huge.
And because of tiebreakers, they're still out of playoff contention.
That's
Ava Bowen
heartbreaking.
came back, and they won. You have to wonder what would happen. In the meantime, a good response by the Blue Streaks. But we'll have to talk about that one later. What could have been if Ava Bolin stayed healthy? You knock off Marietta, number 21 in the nation. That says a lot. And now I'm really salty that I'm not there for it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I saw my alma mater win earlier, and now I'm very salty. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. A lot of great games in the area tonight. I guess we had our volleyball equinox, if you will, here in the Stark County area. Beaumont slipping that one off the net. Sarchone bumps it through. Beaumont up by 1, trying to take a 2-point lead here. Here is the return by Holtzheimer. Young in the middle for Durango.
Great.
Just beats the front line.
Great job by Durango there.
I mean, Justine Durango, you see that precision. That is what a softball background will do for you.
100%. Being able to spot, I don't want to call it a pitch, but
Good
spot
run
your
on the
tip.
far side there by Holtzheimer. That shot not in. They almost gave it to the Blue Streaks, but in the end, the point does go to Marlington. The Dukes back on top by 1. 8-7 your score through 15 serves. And here comes Chloe Evanich once again. Barney bumps to the center. Now in the deep part of the line, sent over. And here come the Dukes. It's Bogunovich. A powerful snipe and kill. And that will rally a crowd around you.
There you go. If you're Marlington, you're looking to get into a little bit of a rhythm here, maybe get a little bit streaky, tear off a big one.
And I think the issue for Marlington was they underestimated Beaumont from the start. And now they are starting to truly estimate them. And that has changed this mantra. Sarchone pushes it through. That is the libero, Angert keeping it alive. On the near side, there is the return. Nicely played through. Here come the Dukes. It is Bogunovich. Kept alive by Holtzheimer. Set by Calabrese and return. Nobody home in the back. It's a 3-point lead for the Marlington Dukes.
Great job by Callie Young there, the senior. I think if you're Marlington, though, you did not expect this Beaumont team who plays, I don't want to say a tougher schedule, but a very difficult schedule to start off as fast as they did. They came out hitting quick.
I would say tougher schedule by far. I mean, you look at Marlington's schedule, Norton, that's about it.
Yeah.
And that's really a tough one. Evanich goes shallow. What a dig to keep it alive by Barney, the freshman. The biggest game of her career, and she is making plays early. That time the libero Anger gets beat. Marlington up by 4. And this is how a team coached by Stephanie Tortola operates. They suffocate when they can. Timeout Beaumont.
Yeah, and they're playing very, very smart so far early in this one. Not doing too much. Forcing Beaumont to beat them, not forcing themselves into mistakes early.
All right, Bryce, during the timeout, we have to talk about it. Ava Bolin comes back. 1 OAC win all year, and Mount finds a way to upset Marietta, handing them their first OAC loss of the year. I mean, talk about playing spoiler when you're out of the playoffs.
Yeah, it definitely sucks, and it's going to shake up Marietta's season for sure.
I mean, last year their loss to Otterbein ruined their playoffs. I mean, they were perfect until Otterbein traveled from Westerville and knocked them off at their place. John Carroll, they looked shaky against them in that semifinal. We talked a lot about that on the bus ride back of, hey, if we had a shot at them tonight, we probably could have beaten them.
Yeah.
And that was the tone set by the players on the bus.
Yeah, and I think Ava is huge for Mount Union as she's a tone setter.
Huge for momentum. And she's also 6'2". That helps.
Yeah, it always helps to be 6'2", playing women's volleyball.
I mean, we were not blessed with height by any means, Bryce. That's why we're up here, so.
Hey, man, 5'10" Warriors.
We're not 6'2". We're not blocking anything as a middle hitter. I'll tell you that right now. Evanich sends it over, and we are back to the action. Beaumont, 1 timeout left to go in the frame, and they use their first one wisely. A point out of the break, courtesy of Barney. And the freshman, 75 sets played this season. She has really stepped up in a big way early on in her high school career.
And that's what you need from a freshman. When you expect to make a title run and you expect to make a deep run into the playoffs, you have to have the freshmen who step up. You think about Danica, who stepped up when she was a freshman. You think about Chloe Evanish this year, who's stepping up as a freshman.
It happens all the time, man. When Allie Orzek was a freshman for Holy Name, she stepped up in a big way when called upon. Same with Avery Preissel. Brown able to sneak that one through. Young pushes it off the net. Recalibrated right through. Bokunovic gets fooled by the netting. And Beaumont is back within 2. And this is the definition of not judging a book by its cover.
100%. They're coming in saying, hey, listen, you think they're going to sweep us? Let me show you they are not. Speaking of impactful freshmen, do you think Ohio State would have ever won that without the freshman Jeremiah Smith?
Not at all. And speaking of an impact in the middle, there it is by the junior Kelly Clifford, putting that one right down in Marlington territory. 3 points off the rip after the timeout. Back to a 1-point set.
Great job to catch Durango off guard there.
And here comes a serve by Brunner. 50 aces this season, most in program history. And that time, not able to get it over. But 50 aces, most in a season all time. And then I believe she has 5th all time in a game. She did it twice, 6 against CBCA and North Ridgeville.
Wow.
So truly a tremendous senior for the Beaumont Blue Streaks. And on the near side, a powerful spike, but it is denied at the net.
If you're Marlington, you got to be careful about celebrating too early there. They almost got the pancake to get that ball back in the air, and Marlington had their backs turned. But great kill.
The energy from the Dukes.
Or block, excuse me.
It just really illuminates a room. And we've seen it all season from the Duke Dome to here at Harry Fails Gymnasium. 2 different atmospheres. They find a way. Just like that, it's Callie Young, the setter, getting in on that block. And that is the return. Young now facilitating the offense. It's Durango, kept alive in the back line. And the Blue Streaks, it's a battle at the net. Young gets a piece. And there is the return by Beaumont. Sarshone keeps it alive. Somehow back in play. It stays inside the antenna. And here comes the hit from Brown. And it is one heck of a snipe. And that ends the rally in favor of Beaumont.
Great kill. Sickles was able to get her arm out there, just caught the forearm, but not enough to get the ball into the air, back and play for her teammates.
So now 13-11, Marlington still in control, but Beaumont getting right back in it. Young for Sarshone. What a dig for the time being, and it is returned. Excellent resilience by the Blue Streaks. It's Durango, and that time they beat the defense.
Yeah, after a play like that, you have to get back to position. Durango caught them not all the way back yet. It's really hard to rotate that far, though, when you have so many bodies moving across the court to try to save that ball.
We talk about win conditions. You look at this entire roster for Marlington and then some. That's their win condition. I don't think any other team in the area can say that. They have the most possible ways to win a match any given day. Brunner with the return. Young in the center, skies it. And there is the return by Casto. Here comes the offense. Sarshone with the spike. Kept alive in the back line by Engert. The offense of the Blue Streaks will roll. It is Brown. It is close. And the point belongs to Beaumont.
Yeah, and I think part of Marlington is they have such a deep roster. They have 3 or 4 players off the bench that can come in and fit into slots when need be. They're not so one-dimensional as so many teams are in high school.
Only 16 sets this season, but Annalise Guapone, when called upon, has been great. That serve into the net. It's the Dukes up by 3. And if I were to tell you, Bryce, through set number 1, Beaumont was closer to Marlington than Perry was to Holy Name, I think you'd laugh.
I would be laughing hysterically. I would never believe you.
Beaumont once again proving their worth here as expected. And there is their return. A resilient bunch, but the violation is called. And the point belongs to the Dukes, now up by 4. How impactful, though, is this student section tonight?
I think it's definitely impactful, especially since they're down on the court.
Young with the zip. Marlington up by 4, now up by 5. Too long on the attempt. I just can't get over the signage over there, the meme of the chain dog with Sarshone's face on the chained person, and then the dog being the Blue Streaks. I can't get over that. That's hilarious.
It's really funny until you're on the other side of it. I've been there once. It's not too funny then.
It's very similar to when Padua chanted overrated about Marcus Johnson, and then he said, yeah, we're done.
Yeah, he definitely put up quite a few points against them.
Yes, he did. Sickles digs it out. Young, force start shown, denied and sent back. Marlington a fresh set of taps, and there is the return. Sickles, Young, start shown, it's a kill! It runs like a perfect machine here in Alliance. It always does. And as long as this program is put together like this, it always will.
Yeah, I mean, it's a machine. That's all it is. It is a manufactured line.
Not to step on Mount Union's football toes with the machine. Payne with the return. Marlington setting up their offense up by 5. Bogdanovich denied at the net, and it's a massive block for the Blue Streaks. They need momentum no matter how much it takes. That helps.
Yeah, that was huge. I think Callie Young might have got a little bit too greedy there. I think she should have probably let that one go for Marissa Castro. I think she had a better chance to get a hand on that ball.
There is the serve from Payne. Young lines it up for Chloe Evanich. Nobody home on the near side.
Yeah, really smart play there from the freshman. Like we were talking, the freshmen have to be willing to make an impact. That's how you have a winning culture, and you can make it deep runs.
As well, the time locally now is nearing 9 p.m. An hour after the projected start time, and these players, these students, these fans, they're hyped. Point Marlington.
Man, it is just punch, counter punch right now.
And a timeout has been called by Beaumont, and they want to talk things over. Your thoughts on this opening set? Beaumont early, and then Marlington. They kicked it into overdrive, and all of a sudden, it's just like every other game this season, all Dukes.
Yeah, I think it's definitely been a really good fight so far from Beaumont. They've been very fast-paced, getting ahead a little bit early, and they kept it really close up until the double digits. Like once.
Okay, I was thinking they were about to give us an announcement on the Marlington game.
This is the correct one over here.
I don't know what we're talking about. Okay, one team, yeah, I mean, it's flipped on the screen. You'll see it potentially. The main scoreboard that is not the video board has the home team as Marlington. The video board has them as the away team. I was hoping that was a Marlington score update for their regional semifinal against Revere.
So was I, but
that's why I stopped you
it.
there. That's the only reason I stopped you there. I was hoping for an answer, but we have nothing. Here is the serve, and we are back to the action. A chance here on the near side for Beaumont. They're down by 6. They need energy. Evanich slips it through, somehow
Great
kept
job.
alive for a second, but the point still resides with the Dukes.
Great job by Chloe there.
Chloe Evanich has been very particular with her plays tonight, and she has been really fun to watch, stepping up, as you said, as a freshman. And as well, update from Streetsboro. We have extra time, 0-0 your score through 80.
Wow.
A big score update from Streetsboro. It's the Ringo, kept alive, that time by Barney. On the far side, the hit, reverbs denied by Holtzheimer. And the Blue Streaks finally able to get it through for the point. That is Mary Claire Holtzheimer.
That's how you utilize a timeout. Take a long rally, get a point.
And it looks like the Holy Name volleyball team is being fed with pizza.
They are.
Smells good.
I'm going to see if I can bring us over a slice.
Okay. I don't know about that one, Bryce. I don't know about that one. 21-15 your score. Young lines it up for Bogdanovich. And here come the Blue Streaks with their return. Almost back in, and they will say the point does go to Beaumont. Holtzheimer very nearly got burnt on that one.
Yeah, very close, but she got away with it. Really good effort from Marlington, though.
21-16 your score. Young for Durango, denied in the middle. What a block by the Blue Streaks. That's Callie Clifford. 43 blocks on the year entering play tonight. Why not another?
Probably she doesn't have more. She's got very long arms. I have a feeling she's going to be a really good blocker in college.
4-point set. Bogdanovich trying to make it 5. Overshoots. Back to a 3-point game.
Beaumont's making this a game, and Marlington calls timeout.
I like that call there. Once again, Coach Tortola, one of the best coaches in the game. You have to recalibrate. You have to reset. Beaumont pulling above their weight again. I don't think we expected anything less from them.
No, we definitely did not expect Beaumont to come in here and throw some haymakers. I mean, they're coming in swinging, ready to go. And if you're Marlington, you're shell-shocked right now. You did not expect this in the slightest. So they got to come in and throw one right back, I think.
If somehow Beaumont pulls this one out and we have Holy Name Beaumont on Saturday, I think both teams are not going to be too happy to make hour drives each to come back out here.
No, probably not.
But yeah, looking at this matchup, I mean, what do you want to say here other than Beaumont's resilience? But in the end, this is still most likely Marlington's day. For now.
I would imagine. I have a feeling Marlington's definitely going to close this one out later in the game.
And here comes a serve out of the timeout, very nearly an ace. And the Blue Streaks, they want to keep it going. Kept alive by Sickles, Young, to Bogunovic, off the net, but kept alive by Angert. And we will continue the sequence on the near side. It slips through. Beaumont back within 2.
Yeah, tough one there for Sarchone. Ball hits the net, slows down a little bit, doesn't get to her. She thought it was going to be hit a little bit harder towards her.
So 21-19.
Oh, lefty.
And it is sent over. Marlington looking for an answer. Sarchone, and she will get it done. Anchored, unable to keep it alive. Back to a 3-point lead. Marlington needs 3 to win set number 1.
I don't know how often you see lefties in volleyball. I imagine the serves have to be a little bit more difficult, though, as in many other sports, receiving a ball from a lefty.
And there is the ace for the Dukes. That's what they needed. They need to keep it going. Once again, it's Chloe Evanich. The magic number is 2 in set number 1.
Yeah, number 11's doing great things here. It's probably because number 11 was also my number.
And Evanich will send it through. If you're Beaumont, you got to have something here. Mistimed. Evanich continues her great run. Set point Marlington.
Yeah, a little miscommunication. Thought she was closer to the net. Turned out she was playing back. Unfortunate. A chance for Marlington here to take an early set.
And that is their goal. They want to really show dominance from the get-go. It's Chloe Evanich to send it over for the Dukes. Center right back. Sarchone. Young pushes it over. Kept alive by the Blue Streaks. And Marlington will try it again with Bogunovic. She will overshoot. And the Blue Streaks are in the 20s.
Just under the ball a little bit. Very close to having that one, though.
And once again, we are past the 9 p.m. mark. Over an hour after this match was supposed to start. In the end, we started at 8:42. 24-20, Marlington for an exclamation point.
There it is.
That is one heck of one from Danica Sarchone. 25-20, your final in set number 1. Just as they wrote it up during practice, just how they have written it up every single game this season. You turn to Danica Sarchone, and she wins you sets.
Yeah, she's one of the best players in Ohio, I think. She's obviously going to go D1 once she graduates next year. She had a really good impact on this first set, and I'm looking to have a bigger impact through these next sets. I think it will close out the game tonight.
The Dukes want to make it back to the regional final and then some. Through one set, that plan is being put into effect. 25-20, your final in set number 1 here at Harry Fails Gymnasium. Welcome back to Harry Fails Gymnasium in Alliance, Ohio. Marlington gets the win in set number 1, 25-20 over the Beaumont Blue Streaks, as you are watching OHSAA Volleyball on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. He's Bryce Fisher. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. And what a night it has been. A lot more eventful than last year so far, but still, I'm thinking a similar trajectory for the amount of sets played so far in this, well, regional semifinal day. We had 3 in game 1 last year, 4 in game 2. It might just get flipped.
Yeah, I would imagine it's going to be very similar as the judges are talking to the Beaumont coaches over something.
Right now, if you are Beaumont, you take the positives of set number 1. How do you draw that out over a larger sample?
Keep attacking. Keep the energy going, stay very active. I think they were really good when they got the initiative. When they allowed Marlington to get the first spike of each point, though, they struggled. They needed to get the first spike off to get Marlington moving around the court and get them off balance.
Once again, the winner of this game will take on Holy Name on Saturday. We will not be covering that game as I have sideline reporting duties for Mount Union football. 1:30 p.m. kickoff against Capital. You can listen live on 91.1 WRMU. And then at 7 p.m., tune in on Flow Sports as Mount Soccer ends the regular season against the team they might start their playoff journey against, that being the Capital Comets. And it's off of a basketball hoop to get things underway in set number 2. It's just like we're at the Duke Dome.
Yeah, definitely interesting. That's the first time we've had that happen tonight, I believe.
I have never seen that happen in this gymnasium. And that served right into the net, so we are tied up at 1. But you look at the home court advantage of Marlington, they love to win on their rival's court. That is a tradition for them now. Beaumont coming in from Cleveland Heights on the, I believe, east side of Cleveland. You look at that, a long drive, still a lot of fans here tonight, and they are getting a show. The scoreboard might not show it, but Beaumont, a good team. And they will take a 2-1 lead here in set number 2.
If that's Beaumont, that's exactly what you want. Especially if you're a Beaumont fan, you want to see them get out early as the official comes to fix something on the net.
I think the net got pushed out of place. I think that's what happened there. And here comes a powerful zip. Bogunovich mishandles. And there is the return by Casto, falling in no man's land. And we are tied up at 2. I think if Beaumont took a 24-0 lead, you can never count out these Dukes. That's just how strong they are.
Never. They are such a well-rounded team, and they have so many ways they can beat you.
I don't like to say look into the seeding, but look into the seeding, and that's why. There's an ace. Make it 3-2 Marlington.
Yeah, it's not a secret. We all know at this point, especially in Northeast Ohio, that the Marlington Dukes are a powerhouse when it comes to women's volleyball.
It's just like Mount Football. You know there are so many ways that they can beat you on any given day. On the near side, here comes the attempt from Holtzheimer, and an excellent dig in return from Sarchone. Lined up in the middle, denied at the net. It is the freshman Chloe Evanich again.
Great work. She might be our player of the game right now.
That is a, I would say, fair statement to make, but still plenty of game to go. Sarchone zips it through. 4-2 Marlington on top in set number 2. There is the return. Sarchone for Bogunovich. It's very rare those two combine for an assist and kill, but there it is on display.
Yeah, Beaumont there tried to pull out a little bit too late and just couldn't do it. They knew the ball was going to go a little long, didn't mean to tip it. Unfortunate as it passes by.
Only assist number 33 on the year for Danica Sarchone. Not a setter by trade. Bogunovich kept it alive but sends it under, and Beaumont is able to respond.
I think one of the biggest things for Marlington is how quickly they shake off mistakes. It is unbelievable. They can make one of the worst mistakes you see on a volleyball court, and next serve, it's not even like it happened.
Once again, you have to look at the coaching of Stephanie Tortola. That time, Sarchone under hits it, back to a 1-point set. But Coach Tortola, one of the best in the game. She knows how to create talent, and she knows how to nurture the talents that already exist. And that's a great sign of a great coach. That serve into the net, Marlington back up by 2.
And it's not even the talent that I'm so impressed by. It's the maturity of every single player. They take accountability. They shake off their mistakes. If somebody else makes a mistake, they don't hold a grudge against them.
And once again, We call them the machine of volleyball for a reason. Truly a machine. They know how to respond. It's Evanich lollipopping it over. 6-4, Marlington on top in set number 2. Ella Holtzheimer with the return. Young for Bogdanovic. Blocked at the net but kept alive. And the Blue Streaks will run their offense with a punch. Sarchone up to Young. On the near side for Evanich denied at the net by the net. Along with Clifford. Back to a 1-point frame.
Mistimed her jump a little bit there. Looked like she was in the air a little bit too early. Easy fix.
And Beaumont is hanging in once again. If you are Holy Name, seeing what Beaumont is doing, you have to feel somewhat good about your chances on Saturday. But too far to look to that right now. We have to have a clear winner. And right now, up by 2, Marlington in set number 2. It's not clear.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, honestly, if you're Holy Name right now, you're more worried about Beaumont. You know what Marlington's going to do. You know their MO. They've been in this. Beaumont, you're shocked right now.
Evanich goes for the ace. Just gonna miss it. Very close on the near side. Beaumont catches a break. Now back within 1. And I will say, for a team who had a drive so far, a team that was ready to go an hour and a half ago, they are playing tremendous.
Yeah, they're playing very well.
They know it's not over until it's over, and they know a set win here all of a sudden changes the dynamic. Young tips it back, and Durango gets the return. Forward by Engert. Line up on the near side. It reverbs black. It is another block by the Marlington Dukes.
Yeah, Callie Young and Justine Durango there paired up to get the block. The Dukes are playing great all around, but man, I'm so impressed by Beaumont right now. It's incredible.
You talk about blocking. This might be the gutsiest performance that we have seen from trying to think of the term here. I'm blanking right now as that point is long, and the point goes to Marlington. Setter, there it is.
Oh, okay, yes.
In regard to blocks, it doesn't happen for setters all that often. But Callie Young is changing that dynamic tonight. Bogdanovic slips it off the net, and there is another ace for the Marlington Dukes.
But that's part of why the Dukes are so good is everyone, no matter what their role is, they're willing to do it.
And Bogdanovic on the far side will hit it into the net, make it 10-7. But that student section, they are starting to get active. They were making a timeout gesture towards the bench of Beaumont.
Yeah, they were probably right for a half second.
Obviously now, with hindsight, they made the right choice, and they saved that timeout for a more difficult moment. Young for Sarchone. You just can't stop it. 23-13 equals something powerful every time.
Yeah, she's got an artillery cannon for an arm. You've got no chance unless it's hit directly at you.
And one of the students pointing at his meme poster board again. They are loving it. Durango sends it through. 11-7 your score in set number 2. Beaumont trying to find an answer. A small collision. It's Sarchone, dug up by the libero Engert on the near side, poking it through. And the Dukes will roll their offense. It's Danica Sarchone, dug up there. And now here is the return by Brown. The nice job to dig it and return it. Now for the Dukes, it is Casto kept alive. Here comes one of our first rallies of the night. Young pokes it through. Anger keeps it alive, but right into the waiting hands of Maria Casto.
Beaumont got put into a trance there. They all started to kind of conglomerate into the center as we get a timeout from Beaumont. They all kind of got stuck into the center, not getting back to their positions. And a really good job from the Dukes to recognize that and just tip one over into the back.
And as both teams talk things over, we will step aside here on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Welcome back to Harry Fails Gymnasium. 12-7 your score in set number 2. Marlington up 1-0 on the Beaumont Blue Streaks. Marlington, they are doing their thing once again. If you're Beaumont, how do you slow it down here? You used your first timeout. You saved it for this point. There's a reason why.
Yeah, they definitely utilize their timeouts properly as they're hoping to get a point out of it.
And we are back to the action. A good push over to get things underway. Marlington, they want a powerful point here. But Beaumont hanging right in it around the net. Casta with the return. And the offense rolls one more time. Payne pushing it through. And that's why you use your timeout there. An effective use of one for the Beaumont Blue Streaks.
Yeah, a long rally out of the timeout. Kind of looked like Reese Hagen tried to do a toe tag there, or toe drag, as she was on the edge trying to get the ball back into play.
4-point set as the Blue Streaks send this one over. Young lining it up. It is Sarshone. And it is dug up by Engert. And here comes the offense on the far side. It's Holtzheimer. And it skies up towards the media bay. 2 points out of the break for Beaumont.
You would have caught that ball. Yeah,
No.
You're an athlete.
And that's why you can never count them out. And we've been saying it all day. This team can rally. They are more than their record shows, and for good reason.
Very much so. They're a competitive team that's going to fight the entire match.
Bogunovic with the return, and that one is close, and it is just in there.
Very close.
And here comes a substitution, Evanich in, and she will replace Reese Hagen. Chloe Evanich not playing too much to begin the season, but after that second half, there's no reason why she won't play every single set, and she has proven that here. And Beaumont, they respond with a kill of their own.
Such a good back and forth in this game.
And even if this is a 3-0, they are doing a great job hanging in. And it's nothing against Beaumont for what we say about them being the underdog here. It's on Marlington, this Beaumont team. If they had anybody else in this regional semi, that would help them. But Marlington, they are really giving them a run for their money. And that's what the great teams do. And there it is again.
Yeah, the way I'm watching this Beaumont team, I 100% believe that if we found any other team in this region, they would be winning right now.
Even Holy Name, who swept them twice.
Yeah, I think with the way they're playing right now, they would be giving Holy Name a run for their money because they're so consistent.
And they're giving the Dukes one heck of one here, and that served too long. Marlington up by 3. But Marlington, in the last 2 seasons combined, 4 losses.
That's incredible. With one of those being in the state championship.
Truly tremendous. I mean, right now, 50-4 across the past 2 seasons.
What a dig by Sickles there.
And the Dukes continue to try and find a way past the Blue Streaks. A good skim off the net. And here comes the Marlington offense. It is Evanich just getting it past everybody, assisted by the nets.
Bogunovic giving her love to Sickles, who made that whole point possible with that great dig.
And it all goes back to Danica Sarshone in the back line, and she will send this one through. 15-11 Marlington, your score in set number 2. Holtzheimer gets it through. Sickles, Young for Bogunovic. And the Blue Streaks will set up their offense on the near side. A powerful smack from Holtzheimer. Young plays it back. It is Casto, dug out by Engerts. Now on the far side, it's Ella Holtzheimer sneaking it through. Bogunovic controls it. And here comes another rally. Engert forward to the middle. A powerful zip towards the net. Evanich lines it up for Bogunovic. And on the tip, no, they say no tip. The point does go to Beaumont. I do not know about that one.
I'm not biased, so I have no clue, but I thought there was 100% a tip. The ball, it appeared that it deflected up and the spin changed.
So 15-12, and if you're Beaumont, this is where you need to kick it into overdrive. Bogunovic puts it right back in. There's the response from Marlington.
Yeah, Marlington's fired up there, probably saying ball don't lie. But judges are going to call what they see. And sometimes it's impulsive calls, but that's what you're taught. Taught your first instinct and have your other officials help you out later.
Casta with the serve, lined up here. Barney able to pick out her teammate. And that one is in for Beaumont. On the tip, they get it. And that'll make it 16-13.
I'm so impressed by Beaumont's ability to stay in this with Marlington right now. This is reminding me of when Marlington played Carrollton in the Duke Dome.
And I feel like they are basically this year's holy name, that 18 to 20 seed who you look at the seeds, okay, we see that, but you see them in action, and you're like, absolutely no way. What are we missing? And what you're missing, that conference schedule, and that has made this group battle-tested. You play a tough schedule for a reason, and that prepares you for the games that truly matter down the stretch, like this one. 16 to 13, Beaumont trying to make it 16-14. Young to Sarchone for Bogdanovic, and she will lollipop it over. Pushed to the center by Calabrese, and there is the return by Clifford. And here comes another rally. Sarchone overshoots.
Wow.
Beaumont within 2.
These have been some phenomenal rallies, and they're not slow paced. The ball isn't hanging in the air. It's dig, deflection, get the set, and then spike.
It's the full bag of stamina on display for Beaumont. Young right around the net, keeps it alive, but not for long. Beaumont within 1.
I would really like to ask one of the Marlington Dukes tonight, as there's a timeout from Marlington, how does a left-handed serve affect them when receiving? Because she's got a couple points tonight, this left-handed server for Beaumont.
And obviously, we look at it, we say, okay, hey, Marlington's the heavy favorite. We never counted Beaumont out, and this is why. It might sound like it completely. It might be one of those, hey, you look at how Marlington has played this season, they're the favorite to win, but Beaumont, they're doing a great job, and this is a team that in any other conference, I feel like you might put them ahead of Perry. You might see them as a 7 seed. I feel like easily 7 seed if they played in the CVC.
Yeah, I mean, that question comes up all the time in college sports especially. What would John Carroll be if they weren't in the OAC or Mount Union beat them every year? Like, they would be a championship contender. So,
and the answer is a top 15 team right now.
Yeah. So when you play in such a difficult conference and your record doesn't always look the best, you still might be a phenomenal team, though. It just happens that you play such a competitive schedule that you look worse on paper, but paper doesn't always tell the full story when it comes to sports.
Not at all. Beaumont ranked 316 in the state of Ohio, Marlington 61. They're playing like they're both top 50. And that is what you want to see in the playoffs. Bogdanovic able to get it over, and we are back to the action. On the near side, a good, strong, powerful play. It is blocked out of bounds, and the Blue Streaks have tied it up at 16.
That's big time. A chance to get one of their first leads outside of the first 5 serves.
And they want this set as it is sent over by Calabrese, kept alive, and Marlington can run their dangerous offense. It's Evanich getting involved, dug right up. Bogdanovic opts to set the offense opposed to putting it down, and it works either way. Sarchone gets the kill. Marlington up by 1.
Yeah, good comment there. I thought Bogdanovic would have had a better chance of just sending that one straight back down as Beaumont was rushing to get back into position. Either way, it works out, and they get the point.
And Chloe Evanich ready to go after a great play. Overshoots her target. Back tied at 17.
Very close there, but good decision by Beaumont in the end.
I don't want to say obviously a national stage, but in the grand scheme of Ohio, you make a regional tournament. You could say it's the equivalent of a national stage. Beaumont is really putting themselves in the right light. If you're somebody thinking about going to Beaumont for volleyball, this game is definitely pointing you in that direction. And now they have a lead on Marlington.
There it is. This is their first lead in the back half of the set. That's huge for them.
And the fans who traveled, they are loving it. Each team with a timeout left. And here comes the serve. 18-17, Beaumont on top in set number 2. It's Sarchone, and she gets the kill to tie it. Marlington, they're not celebrating. They're composed and locked in. It's the Emmett Smith mantra. Act like you've been there before.
100%, and they're probably even a little bit mad. I know as a coach, when I play a team that I think is inferior to me, I'm furious if the game's close.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's any opponent can beat you on any given day, and they are seeing that on display. And that's why absolute nastiness from Callie Clifford.
She hit a little pose at the end, too. I don't think she entirely meant to do that, but either way, she stuck it.
That might be the play of the regional tournament so far.
Yeah, hit a little curveball across the court.
19-18, it's Beaumont on top. Sarchone to answer, and that one is into the second level.
Great catch by the dad up there. Really good kill by Sarchone.
That's the bread and butter. You need a point, you go to Danica.
Oh, 100%.
And now it is Justine Doringo lining up to send this one through. 19-0 as that one is dug up by Bruner. And there is the return by Brown. A high sky on the far side, lined up for Danica again. The palm, it hits it into the stands. And Marlington is up by 1.
Really tough one there. You're on an island essentially by yourself. You have no one to help you. No matter where the ball goes, you got to commit to it. Really tough to get that ball back in the air.
Here's a stat for you. In the first 2 sets of the first game, Perry, 27 points. Beaumont so far, 39.
Wow.
And they are nearing 40. Young lining it up for Casto, and Casto gets the kill. Marlington starting to pull away again.
Yeah, if you're Beaumont, you're definitely thinking about taking a timeout, possibly if this is an ace.
I feel like you have to if it is an ace. If you get a point here, no, you keep rolling.
Yeah, you let them try to take momentum.
And a good off-balance hit, and the return does give them a chance to set up their offense, but miscommunication kills the play. Marlington takes the points. And we will see if a timeout is signaled or not.
Appears no. I thought after a miscommunication like that, it definitely would be.
I see why on both ends. Doringo sends it through, 22-19. Can Beaumont answer? Kept alive in the back line by Hagan. Young, 4-star shown, denied, and on a play off of Bogunovic.
Elbow smoked and came right back.
I mean, Coach Barney not using a timeout there. It shows she's patient, and she needs to be in this game and has been so far.
Patient and trust. Trusting your players to be able to make their adjustments on their own. And
this group, they have gone through a lot together. They have full trust in each other. Going cross-body is Casto, kept alive, lined up for Holzheimer on the far side. Sickles to the center. Sarchone off balance, has to return it. The Blue Streaks, a chance to set up their offense, and they will get back within 1.
There it is.
Carly Brown with the kill. The timeout question now swings towards Marlington. I still think the answer is no.
I definitely don't think so.
And here we go. It's into the nets. Marlington made the right choice. Now needing 2 to win it, up by 2.
I have a feeling if Marlington takes this point, there's going to be a timeout used by Beaumont.
You have to.
You have one, so you might as well take it if they become 24-21.
Callie Young sends it over. Can Beaumont answer on the near side? Poke through, but Sarchone keeps it alive. Young, give and go, blocked at the net. A lot of good blocks today from Beaumont, and another! What a block by the Blue Streaks, it is Payne!
Wow, really good block.
23-22, you need a clean serve.
Timeout from Marlington, yep.
Wow, I don't know about the timeout there.
I like it. I think it's, I don't know if it's so much a adjustment timeout or a distraction timeout. Get Beaumont, get them to lower their blood rate or blood pressure, lower their heart rate.
We need to.
And settle them down. Yeah, we need to.
I mean, what a performance by the Beaumont Blue Streaks. Counted out by many, but we said it. It might sound like we're saying they're counted out, but they're not.
No, I mean, any given Sunday, any given Saturday, any given Wednesday, anything can happen in sports.
I mean, everybody counted out Alliance last year at this place against Northwestern basketball. Who won it?
Alliance.
By 1. Something magical about the gymnasium. Barberton was counted out in the playoffs last year. Who won?
Barberton.
The magic of this gym, but even Holy Name last year, the lower seed. Who won?
Sadly, Holy Name.
They beat Norton last year. Something about this gym gives off upsets. Something about this area gives off upsets. And the Beaumont Blue Streaks, with the lights bright, are answering the call and performing excellently. This is Beaumont Volleyball. This is what they preach. Sickles mishandles it. Casto keeps it alive. And Sarchone with the return. A chance to set up the offense. Reverbed right back, but kept alive. It's a second chance. It's Holzheimer, and we are tied at 23.
That's huge. That is huge.
Wow. 23-all. Can Beaumont cause some chaos? The serve, it's a good one. Bogdanovich keeps it. Sickles up to Casto. And the offense can set up, but it's miscommunication. And there's the return. It's a jump ball, and they'll redo it. I think it's a premature whistle.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's why you don't leave your whistle in your mouth. That's not something they ever teach you when you're learning to become a ref, is to keep the whistle in your mouth. That's why you see NFL referees and football referees having it in their hand at all times.
It wasn't a double hit. I don't think it was a double hit. I mean, we could talk about it and say maybe they both touch it simultaneously. It's too tough to tell.
It's too tough to tell. He just had his whistle in his mouth, and he blew it.
It's the right call. I understand why, but it's so frustrating if you are the Dukes.
You made a mistake, so reset.
And here we go, one at the net. It is put down but kept alive by Casto. The second one pushed down. It's out of play. Marlington takes the point, and they rally.
Really good idea there, though. Almost got it.
Set point for the Dukes. It's Danica Sarchone to try and win it. Anger plays it forward. Beaumont trying to tie it up. It's Young, Sarchone, Gianna Bogdanovich. It's skies. Marlington wins the set. 25-23 your final. And the Dukes lead it 2-0. Resiliency is the name of the game. The Dukes show theirs right here.
For sure. And that's exactly who you want serving to end a set. Danica Sarchone, not many people better than her right now in Northeast Ohio.
Beaumont getting threatening, but Marlington, they need one more set, and they are off to a rematch from last year's regional final against the Holy Name Green Wave. 25-23 your final in set number 2. Marlington up 2-0 on the Beaumont Blue Streaks. Before we get back to the action, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Thank you to our broadcast sponsors from earlier. None for right now. We hope to get more heading into the winter season, as well as score update from Streetsboro. After extra time, Revere 0, Marlington 0. They're on to penalties. And based on Cam evidence in the student section, I assume watching, I think Marlington is currently up.
I would imagine just from their reactions over there. It's definitely got to be exciting.
And I mean, you look at the game earlier on this year, Iden Tate's penalty was the tying factor in that one. 1-1, and I think they just won. I think Marlington has knocked off Revere. Based on that, I'm going to say they have.
Maybe the Blue Jays hit another home run. Who knows?
If they pull that one off, I'm impressed.
I'm definitely leaning towards Marlington winning that, though.
But we've seen them all season, man. I mean, to have the opportunity to see two of your teams in the regional final, what does that mean for this community?
It's got to mean a lot. They've got to be proud of all their players. And I don't really know the feeling just because Glen Oak has never been that good. But it's got to mean a lot to them and the students. You're able to go out to other schools and say, hey, listen, we're better than you. We got 2 teams in the regional finals. What have you done?
And that's a big one. We're going to see if there's been any updates posted. Nothing from Revere Soccer.
It also appears we had a Beaumont player in the locker room, or maybe the restroom. So there was a slight delay.
But what a couple of games today. This is what we wanted to see. Good, exciting volleyball. Beaumont down 2-0, but well within this matchup.
100%.
Can they do it here, though?
And coming into this, knowing that they were the underdog, I think they've played great.
And I think, as you said in the break, you love being that underdog, and they have really taken that to heart today. They have put on a great show here in Alliance, and they're not done, and they take the opening points. This is a team with poise, and it just really secretes from them. I mean, they have that it factor that teams need to win.
Yeah, and that's what it comes down to. You have to be willing to win against the better opponents.
Durango sends that one over, anchored, able to get it forward, lined up a good strike. Young keeps it in flight. Sarshaw with the push, slipping just through. There's the return, it's in play, but no, they say the point goes to Marlington. They let it play, it's a 4th hit. That's a tough one. Beaumont not happy.
Yeah, I think they're saying the first hit was a block.
Which I think it was.
I thought it was as well. I thought she was on the net.
Can we get an appeal? I think they want one here. And if they do, the point does go to them because that ball was out of play.
Interesting.
The point does stay with Marlington. I think that was just too tough to reverse given the time frame. Evidence sends it over. Beaumont, a good cross-court play, and that dig goes right towards the scorer's table. The Blue Streaks continue this underdog mentality, and they take a 2-1 lead in set number 3. And there appears to be a Duke down on the courts, and I believe that is Chloe Evanich.
She hit her head on the ground pretty hard there.
And we saw that back in game number 1 of the day with Avery Preisel. It's a lot different when the ball is hit towards you than you hit your head on the ground.
Yeah, the ball's a little bit softer than the hardwood ground. I don't think I have to be a genius to explain that one.
And as she gets her treatment, we will step aside here on SmeeSports. Chloe Evanich able to walk off the court on her own power, but she will get some potential further attention. And yes, she will walk towards the bench. Her brother Cam in the student section led the cheers after she got up. No surprise there, that Evanich family, they are very close-knit, and they back their own. Back to the action. It's a light tap over, and we are tied up at 2.
Great job by Durango there.
And we do have a final score confirmation. Marlington boys soccer is in the regional championship game. 3-2 your final on penalties against Revere. What a win.
That's a great win.
Brock Swisher Ball gets the win. I mean, Shiesty Swisher is now 3-0. Let's just say that right now. Young lining it up for Sarchone. Some miscommunication there on the overlap. The Blue Streaks line up their offense. Old-timer accidentally getting it over his pain. It's Sarchone trying to end the sequence. She underhits it. And because of an accidental block, it's Beaumont back on top.
That's big time for Beaumont. Back in the driver's seat. Now try to keep it.
And overall, if you count every single point scored today for both teams, Beaumont would only be down by 6. Just putting that out there. That's how good they played.
Yeah, I mean, they've held their own.
Now 5, make it 4-2.
They've held their own completely. When we talk about Marlington, this is the defending state runner-ups, and that's not defending much, but still, that is wildly impressive.
And for these private schools, it's these big games that really can help them with their recruitment, so to speak, as they want to get top players in. This is how you get them in the program. An excellent scrap at the net, both sides able to survive, and we go deeper inside each team's territory. Line up for Sarchone, and the block falls in Beaumont territory. The point does go to Marlington. But if you're holding aim, getting that win, that helps you get more potential 8th graders to come into the school. Beaumont here, they're saying, hey, we can't compete with one of the best teams in the state. Come play for us. Be a part of the team that could take them down next year, which, Bryce, if I was going to guess who we're going to see, if the alignment's the same, I think you're going to see Beaumont potentially in a regional championship game next year.
I would
Easily.
imagine. They have a very young team as well.
And that can help them. That time, Marlington able to get the better of them. And we are tied up at 4. But both teams, from that standpoint, really putting on a show and saying, if you're on the edge, this is why you become a Blue Streak, or in the last game, this is why you become a namer.
100%.
Durango sending that one over. Barney lines it up in the middle. Whole-timer denied on the first time of asking at the net. And there is the return on the second time. In the middle, pushed over, it's Casto. On the near side, lined up for Mary Claire Holzheimer. Young for Sarchone, tipped up at the net. The dig not gonna happen. Marlington back on top.
And who else? Who else would you expect?
Danica Sarchone is a talent out of this world. And we've known that for the past, 2 seasons now.
100%.
If you don't know the name, know it now. Danica Sarchone, elite. Holzheimer with the return. Young for Casto. She will overshoot, and we are tied up at 5.
Good thought there. She almost crept that one in. Maybe a foot shorter, and that one's in.
And I will say, local time, it's 9:46. We are nearing 10 o'clock in a match that should have started at 8. It's an interesting one here. Sarchone, a powerful zip. That one is into the bleachers. Once again, number 13 with a kill for the Dukes.
Yeah, she's racking up the points here. As we see Chloe Evanich come back into the game after she got her little bump on the head.
Glad to see her back in the action. Young zips it over. Beaumont looking to tie it up again. Sickles pushing it forward. A good job by the libero. Over towards Sarchone in the center of the court. Tipped around, and there is the return. And the point goes to Beaumont. Marlington thought it was a 4th hit. The judge on the far side smiles. He knows the appeal, and he is not buying it.
Yeah, no, not at all. And the Dukes all just kind of sat there. You need to play the ball anyway. Just looking at each other, saying, hey, you got it, you got it. Oh, none of us got it.
Brunner zips it over. Tie game through 12 serves, and Sarchone able to get it back through. Brunner to the front line, lined up behind, a good zip over, and Young will keep it in flight. Bogunovich behind for Sarchone, and that'll fall out of play for a Marlington point. Make it 7-6.
It's probably been the 3rd or 4th point that we've seen just deflected out of bounds for Beaumont.
And Sarchone that time into the net. A rare mistake, and we are tied up at 7.
Really good work here from Beaumont. This is your chance, though, I think.
And Holy Name, they did leave it a little while ago, and I understand why. You saw enough from Marlington. You've seen Beaumont twice in game. You're ready for either team based on what you needed to see in person. And that hang kills the Blue Streaks, but not the play, as they are able to continue facilitating the offense. Sarchon gets it through. Brunner keeps it alive. Directed back in, and there is a two-hand push over to keep the rally going. It's Evanich, or rather Casto off the net, kept alive. Lined up on the near side, poke through. They want a tip. They don't get it. Point Marlington.
Yeah, no, the only contact I saw there was with the net. I don't think they were going to get that one.
You obviously try.
Oh, you always try. I mean, it's every single sport you're going to sell any call that you can try to get.
Casto sending this one through. The Blue Streaks, they know how to respond. Can they keep it going? Brown with the return. Young towards the net for Bogunovic, and she is unable to get it over. The back and forth continues. We have been given 2 full sets, now a third that looks like it, of just excellent volleyball in game number 2.
Oh, yeah, this has just been a great game tonight.
Great games, plural. Both have been tremendous as Bogunovic sends it over. Good dig there by Brown. It's a give and go to Brown. Denied at the net. Durango and Evanich in on the block, but the play will continue. Young for Bogunovic. Skied on the far side by Angert and into the bleachers. And the back and forth continues.
Yeah, it is just punch, counter punch, punch, counter punch, punch, counter punch. No one's really able to stretch a lead. I think the biggest lead we've seen in this set is 2.
No surprise, both teams resilient. If you're Marlington, you need to pull away here. And Evanich will try and do so. Angert with the dig, lined up on the near side. It is Carly Brown slipping it through the net, kept alive by Durango for Bogunovic. Angert once again with the dig. The Blue Streaks will attack one more time. It's off the net, and the Dukes take a 2-point lead.
Good point there. You got the freshman for Beaumont talking to her team, trying to get them all rallied together. You love to see that leadership from a young player.
They need to rally. Evanich sending it over. Angert towards the net for Barney. Right back, and the back and forth continues now in this sequence, and it is dunked down by Payne.
Great work.
Jillian Payne, the sophomore, 4th all-time for blocks in a game, 7 against Laurel this season. And she's showing why she had those. Just great chops at the nets.
Yeah, really good job.
And here is the send. Not enough to get it in. Marlington takes the points.
Yeah, just barely long. I think this is probably the chance that Marlington wants with Bogunovic serving. You can really stretch it out here.
And she will try and make this a 3-point set. Angert skies it on the near side, directed back in, and Nicole Barney will get it back over. Young for Durango. It's a beautiful lollipop tap. It's the Dukes up by 3.
Beaumont saw it coming too, but perfectly placed. There's nothing you can do there. Great job by Durango.
Now 12-9. A point here, and it's most likely a timeout. Now the whistle blows. And now they're going to say jump. Very confusing. It should stay 12-9, and it looks like it will. A chance to put it down on the net. Sarchon does that. And this could be a timeout, and it is. The Blue Streaks want to talk this one over. Marlington, 12 points away from making it to the regional championship game once again, and it would be a direct rematch from last season. And going into that game, who would have an advantage? I mean, Holy Name, they're looking good, and I'm going to say better than last year.
Yeah, I think Holy Name, obviously, I don't pay attention to every single volleyball match in the state of Ohio.
I do, but I'm joking.
I can't imagine there's a team hotter than them right now.
There might be. And if Beaumont pulls this one off, then yes. The answer's Beaumont.
Yes.
I think each of them, I feel like Beaumont is taking the place of Holy Name last year. They're going to take that next jump. I feel like their trajectories are very similar, where right now, they're where Holy Name was last year. They're going to take a step up this upcoming year, and they're going to get even better.
Yeah, they have a young squad that's going to be majority seniors and juniors next year. I have a feeling they're going to have a very, very good team next year.
Once again, wouldn't be shocked to see them come back here.
Not at all. We've seen crazier things.
I would love to see the same 4 teams again. Or a senior Faith Fensel. The Edgewood back in.
just replace some team with Edgewood?
Potentially. I wouldn't mind it. And Beaumont out of the timeout, able to take a point. I mean, Perry could be in there, but if you set it up, Marlington, holy name, Edgewood, Perry, or rather no, Edgewood, Beaumont. That gives you an interesting dynamic. I would love to see it. It starts shown on the far side. An immediate return there on the attempted block from Brown. And a strong hit, too long from Clifford. Marlington back up by 4.
Wow. Oh, it was way long. One of the longer shots we've seen today.
And the Dukes now need 11 to seal the deal and make it back to the regional championship game. Durango sends it over. Beaumont in need of an answer. And they will get it here. Make it a 3-point set once again. These resilient Blue Streaks doing their thing time and time again tonight.
Yep, and just try to chip away here. You got the lefty server coming in. It's giving the Dukes quite a bit of trouble tonight. I think she's collected 5 points for them.
And here comes a serve from Calabrese. Young at the net. No response. Starts shown. Not enough room. The Blue Streaks all of a sudden back within 2.
I don't know what about a lefty server changes for the defense here, but she has got their number tonight.
Angle, that's all it is. Starts shown. Young. It's 13. Getting it from 23. And of course it equals a point.
Still within 3 here though. If you're Beaumont, just keep chipping away, slowly but surely.
And that's how you do it. You only have so much time, of course, but you can't make this bigger than it is. But Callie Young, what a serve off the net. One of the best aces that we have seen all season. Marlington 9 points away from a regional final.
Yeah, just sneaks it in there. Really good job. Now Beaumont creeps a little bit closer.
And Young will send it over again. The Blue Streaks, can they answer? It is Holtzheimer getting it through. Young, force start shown, and kept alive by Angertz. Now in the center, pumped over by Brown. And here comes the Dukes. And their offense trying to get something here. And another good return, this time from Holtzheimer. Now starts shown out of play, able to direct it back into the center. Beaumont, a good job in this rally, same with the Dukes. Bogunovich doing the service for Sarchone, and Danica Sarchone with maybe the best kill of the night.
That was pinpoint. You don't see that very often in volleyball, something that pinpoint. That was a beautiful spike and great kill by Danica Sarchone.
Off balance but direct. It doesn't get better than this for Danica Sarchone, but she has another year of growth ahead of her. That makes it truly impressive. Casto denied at the net. Sickles to Sarchone, blocked out of bounds. She doesn't need a kill every time. She just finds ways to score.
Yeah, she just gets the points anyway. It doesn't matter. What's scary is she still has another year.
I don't understand it at all. Young looking for the ace, not going to get it. Clifford able to facilitate the offense over to Holtzheimer. Beaumont, they need an answer. Evidence tries floating it to the back line. Denied. Clifford goes for the tip and gets it. Resilient. It's still there from Beaumont. They're not giving up, nor should Marlington expect them to. They came here to compete, and regardless of the outcome tonight, they have done that and then some.
Always. You always got to come in and compete no matter what. And I would just like them to chip away the rest of this game. Even if you do lose, keep it tight. Force Marlington to win it.
And Sarchone off the net, on the line. Everything falling 13's way.
Yeah, nice little bank there.
The bank is always open for Danica Sarchone, and she will continue serving. 19-13 your score in set number 3. Lined up on the near side, Danica keeps it alive. Sickles for Bogunovich, and she will return it. Once again, the winner will take on Holy Name on Saturday. Gianna with the dig. Young for Danica Sarchone, sliding it through. Kept alive. Young, Sarchone, near side. It's Casto, and we have a rally brewing. Which side can get the better of which? An excellent dig from Sarchone keeps the rally going. Bruner lining it up for Brown. Kept alive by Young. The attempted put down kept alive by Danica Sarchone. Now it's Bogdanovic, and Bogdanovic gets the kill.
There it is. Great job. If you're Beaumont, yep, there it is. Timeout. I was just about to say you got to think about taking the timeout here as you're down by 7.
How many ways have the Marlington Dukes found to score tonight?
At least double digits.
So many unique ways. You get the aces, you get the basic kills. You also get other certain things. Off the net, off the block attempts, on blocks. They have so many unique ways to score. And oh, by the way, they can just sky it up in the air and hope for the best, and that works too.
Yeah. I mean, they found any way possible to score points. As Beaumont's coach is trying to fire them up right now, I think it's less the coach needs to fire them up. I think the players got to get fired up and be willing to make an impact here late.
A captain has to step up. Careers are on the line. They need something here. Otherwise, Marlington will be back, and they will want to knock off Holy Name once again. We will not be here for that game as I have sideline duty for 91.1 WRMU for the Mount Union football game. Then after that, it is soccer time as the men's soccer team takes on Capital to round out the regular season at 7.
I'll probably come to that game. If it's Marlington or Marlington Holy Name, I'll keep you updated.
All right.
Because I practice ends at 1, get here around 2. It's a 2 o'clock, right?
I believe it's a 2 o'clock game.
I'll keep you posted.
We'll see what happens there. Sarchone sending it over. 20-13 your score. Brown able to get that one through, but out of play. Make it 21-13. And the Marlington student section, they are ready to celebrate. And they are bringing out the start the buses chants. Sarchone zips it through, and it's an ace for Danica. Lucky number 13 for a reason.
I love the student section, but I don't think I'm a huge fan of that when Beaumont players' careers are ending.
No.
I think that's a big time. It hurts.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's all fair in rivalry games, regular season matchups. But I think when you got a team that their careers are ending, maybe be a little bit relaxed on them.
It's a tough one. We're going to talk about these seniors as they have done a lot of good for Beaumont, and we'll talk about their outlook as well as our player of the game when this one is done. Beaumont, they're not done yet.
Nope, keep chipping away.
Make it 22-15.
Chip away, chip away, chip away.
You can't count them out, and we've been saying that all day. Most people looking at the numbers would. You just can't. They're too good of a team to be discounted, and even though tonight is not going their way, they have proven that they are a premier team. That time, Marlington doing just too much for them to overcome. Make it 23-15.
That was a thud. That was a fat spike. That was heavy.
Marlington needs 2 to win it here. Castro getting ready. She will send it away. And that one's out of play. It's an ace for Castro. 24-15. Set point, match point for the Marlington Dukes. They're 1 point away from making it back to the regional final. The men's soccer team already in a regional final. The women's volleyball team trying to join them here. The Blue Streaks, one last opportunity. Sarchone digs, Young for Bogdanovic, denied, but it's out of bounds. Marlington is back in the regional championship game. 25-15 your final. 2 Marlington squads are playing for a chance at the Final Four this weekend.
That's incredible. As a school, that's incredible. You don't ever see that.
And oh, by the way, they have Ireland Johnson in cross country, I believe, going to states.
That's even more impressive. Cross country is such a difficult sport. Anyone who runs cross country, it's probably the most boring sport out there because you're just jogging, but I could never do that.
And once we get out of the replay, it is the peanut gallery. They are waving their signs behind the Marlington Dukes.
Yeah, the one with the big head is a former teammate of mine, Brock Woods. He's definitely a interesting character.
Interesting character. Is that the nice way to put it?
Yeah.
But anyway, your player of the game presented by SmeeSports tonight. I feel like it has to go to Danica Sarchone.
Yeah, it's between. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize we switched cameras. It's definitely between Danica and Bogdanovich, I would give it to Danica tonight.
And I feel like all season she has been the cog in the machine that makes everybody else go. Gianna, a great complimentary piece, a Division I talent. But this team, built on Danica. Danica has been an elite talent, just like Lainey Graffitz, probably going to go D1. How high is the question?
She's definitely going to go Power 5, or Power 4 now, I would imagine. I can't see her at a small school, not to diss on the small schools, but like James Madison, Robert Morrison, schools like that. I can't see her there. I see her at a Big Ten school.
Let's talk about Beaumont. A resilient group tonight. They made a great statement that, hey, give us a year. We'll be back. They lose Kate Brunner, a key piece. You lose Caroline Krebs, and you also lose Kennedy Small. Congratulations to them on great careers, especially Kate Brunner. A lot of great records for them. I believe most aces in a year entering play tonight already. They did a lot for this program. They laid the foundation for the class of 2027, 28, 29, and 30 next year to make it back to this building and potentially make it to a regional championship.
Yeah, they laid the base. You got to build the house from the ground up. They got the ground and foundation laid. Now it's up to these juniors and rising seniors to learn from them, learn from their mistakes, understand what it takes to be a championship squad, and go with it.
This was their first trip to the regional tournament since 2021. Perry earlier, 1988. Both teams end their season tonight, but they have had a historic campaign. But the two teams that are playing on Saturday, it's the two teams that duked it out, no pun intended, for the regional championship game in this building last year. It's Holy Name, and it's the Marlington Dukes. Let's break this one down. Holy Name, what mentality do they need to take down Marlington, or at least keep it close?
I think you have to come into it willing to attack early. They have to keep the momentum they've had in these past 6 sets.
As for Marlington, a couple of tighter sets than expected against Beaumont. How do you put your foot down and squash your opponent, or is that even possible against Holy Name?
It's definitely possible. If you get out and you silence them quickly, they aren't coming back. We saw that against Edgewood. When they got down and they got quiet, they were a different team. If you go back and look, those last 3 sets when the crowd got involved and Afradis got involved and Ali Orzek got involved, that team comes to life. And if Danica and Gianna can get on them early, and even Callie Young, if they can step on them early and knock them down, it's going to be Marlington Dukes all day.
Well, we've said all we can. The players have done all they can in the regional semis, but everything is on the table in the regional championship game. It's either the Dukes are back in the Final Four, or for the first time since the state title, I believe in 2018, the Holy Name Green Wave would be regional champions. A lot on the line Saturday. Unfortunate we can't be here for the game. I really wish we could, but Mount football has to be a priority on Saturday on the sideline. Big part of the game, so I do have to be there, unfortunately. And I believe this time, barring anything crazy, we'll officially do it for our fall coverage. We said it on Friday, but, well, we had 2 games today that were really out of the blue as we found out yesterday kind of that we were going to do this.
Yeah, and it definitely was out of the blue. We weren't even able to get some of our local guys to come do this. I skipped out practice to come do this because I just love us so much. It's such a fun environment. But it should be the end of the fall season now, getting into the winter season with basketball.
On the channel, I have to rephrase, on channel 1022 on Friday /Boxcast, Alliance Geneva football, 6:15 pregame. You'll be there. DC should be there as well, hopefully. And then we'll also have my color commentator, which will be revealed in a couple of days, as we'll have that announcement out there. It's going to be a student here at Alliance. Looking forward to working with him and seeing how that goes against Geneva. I'm really looking forward to that game for the Aviators. First time hosting a playoff game in football, and we get to be there to make history with them.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm going to come in with a bunch of notes. I'm going to come in with a great costume, undecided what it's going to be, but I expect you to be in a costume as well.
Absolutely not. You know I'm not going to go in costume. I mean, that's a losing battle in its own right.
You would be something awesome, though.
I am awesome. What are you talking about? I can be myself and be awesome. What do you mean?
You're right.
I'm a business owner who wants sleep. I mean, I think that's a great costume right there.
That is one of the worst costumes I've ever heard in my life.
It's realistic.
Don't you have to dress up as something you're not?
Well, I mean, I don't want sleep right now necessarily, so.
Oh, okay.
I don't know about that one. We'll save the discourse about Halloween for Halloween itself. But to stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram, SmeeFest 2024 on Twitter, SmeeSports LLC on Facebook and LinkedIn. As well, go down below and subscribe. While there is no added cost, it greatly helps out all that we do here at the SmeeSports YouTube channel as a part of SmeeSports LLC. Our next game that I know of officially on the channel is November 22nd. That is the Saturday before Thanksgiving. Holy name Padua Hockey, 7 p.m. puck drop / face-off over at Reese in Parma. Then the next weekend, that Saturday, a doubleheader from BW's Ersprung Gymnasium, 2 p.m. It is Holy Name Girls Basketball taking on Strongsville. Then at 3:30, Holy Name Boys Basketball enters the Johnny Fadul era as the new head coach as he takes on Olmsted Falls, a rematch from last year's Cleveland Basketball Classic, a game that Holy Name dropped in overtime to the Bulldogs. Should be a fun Saturday after Thanksgiving. Then, once December hits, it's pedal to the metal, full throttle during the basketball season. So many great games planned, so many exciting contests, and we are excited to get things going, but still about a month until that happens. But that'll do it for us here at Harry Fails Gymnasium. Marlington sweeps Beaumont 3-0 your final as they will have a date with the Namers on Saturday to decide this Region 13 championship and to see which team will represent the region in the Final Four. For Bryce Fisher, I am Nathan Smee saying so long from Alliance, and we will see you again next time. This has been OHSAA Volleyball on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance.